This is Bobby with Renaissance Game Supply. So, got quite a few updates. Just wanted to get a quick message out there to our audience. Um, we got the PC up and running finally after 5 months of it being down, and that's kind of ridiculous to think that it's been down for 5 months. But I've been traveling for a living, gone 3 weeks at a time, home for maybe 12 days, 10 days, 14, then gone again. And I mean, I just didn't have really the time, the energy, or the focus to kind of sit there and diagnose exactly what was wrong with the PC and fix every little thing that I needed done with it to be able to get OBS Studio on there and the dual monitors set up and all that stuff. So I finally, after I don't know, 6 months of traveling back and forth to Salt Lake City. So it was about 430-mile trek each way, and I got tired of that. So about 5 weeks ago, I stepped away from that company and I started working elsewhere. So now I get to work, and my job is only 5 minutes away from the house. So that's pretty sweet. And so now in the mornings, I just get up a couple hours early before I need to be at work, and I just come out here and I grind. That's all I do is just grind, grind, grind. Grind on the store, fixing the robot, fixing the PC, organizing the garage, organizing cards, all that kind of stuff. So this is where I really need to be. So hopefully by the end of this 4th of July weekend that's coming up, I will have all of this done. That's here. These are all old school sets. They're already organized by set. They're just not organized alphabetically within it or uploaded to inventory, but they will be. And I have a gray cart here. This is loaded with inventory already by set. So I will be pushing that into the office at some point, probably tonight, and organizing all that. That way I can use the cart to kind of go back and forth between the house, the garage, and the office. Way easier to just organize. I can put a multitude of sets on there. It's pretty cool. The idea didn't really come to me until earlier this week. I was like, hey, wait a minute, I'm not doing anything with a cart. I might as well start doing something with it. So there I go. So now it's going to become part of the operation. There's so much to talk about, and I don't know if I want to put it all on one video. So I have a second order coming in. I've talked about it on numerous videos. Y'all are probably sick of hearing it, but I can't wait to get it. 2 robots, about 300 and probably 50, 340, maybe 320,000 cards still left to sort. So I still got a shit ton of work ahead of me, but it's exciting. Now I'm getting card boxes in. Well, I'm supposed to get them in tonight. I think Amazon lost the shipment. I just keep saying it departed the facility, it returned to the facility, updates like 3 or 4 times a day for the past week. I don't know what's going on. It's it is what it is. Now the latest update is I'm not getting it till Saturday. It was supposed to be here last night, and if it's not here by the 6th, I have to, I guess, ask for my refund on the 7th, and then anyway, that's like $60, which is not a lot, but it's like $60 that's tied up, man. I could have gone locally here in town and probably bought it, but anyway, I was just in a hurry and I just figured, I'll jump on Amazon, buy it. It'll be here quick. Prime? No, it's not. Who knows? It's probably lost. It doesn't matter. I mean, it is what it is. It's annoying because I need the empty boxes to put the cards into so I can organize by set and just keep rolling, because every box I have is already full. So I can't really grab the cards and throw them on a table and then use that empty spot, because I really need the entire box so I can organize alphabetically within it, because sometimes one letter takes up a whole row, especially if I got 1,000 cards that begin with S. That is literally a whole row. And then the the T through Z is in another row, and A and through D is in one row, and E through like L is in one row, and M through R is in a row. It's like you really gotta kind of plot out how you're gonna organize your cards when you're dealing with 5 to 7,000 cards of the same set. So that's where I'm at. So once I get here, it'll be great. So I have the PC kind of squared away now. The robot's kind of squared away. That was two of the biggest roadblocks of getting this mill where I needed it. So once the new one shows up, it's going to be great. I'll have the PC done, two robots, and I'll still have my old hand scanner that I can sit there and just, or the overhead scanner, and I can sit there and use quick list. So it'll be 3 scanners if you count myself very soon. Can't wait. However, I have this little project in mind. So I don't know why I always have this need to have to build something, even if it's like a distraction or something. But anyway, I have this little project in mind. I've been eyeballing. I've always wanted this kind of form of entertainment in my house to begin with. And I found out recently, and I mean, I've been aware of it, but I never really got greatly motivated to do this for myself. So I started picking up some parts this week for this project, and it's estimated between $500 to $700 for the whole project from start to finish, assembly, whatever. So I do believe I have at least $300 of these parts, acquired parts, required parts. There we go. That's the word I want to use. Already. So I'm gonna save $100 a week for the next 30 days and go out and finish getting the rest of the materials that I need, get it on order, get it here. Hopefully within 30 days I'll have all the parts I need to start assembly and the programming of this. I've never done it before, so I'm gonna be watching videos. I've got a friend at work who's done one, so I'm gonna kind of lean on his expertise a little bit as well, and some guidance. And he's gonna let me know some parts that you definitely want to get and some stuff you want to stay away from, that kind of sort of stuff. So I appreciate his insight. But anyway, I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna put it in the garage. So when I'm completely washed out and just kind of brain dead from doing all this behind the scenes stuff with the trading card store, I can go over there and just kind of entertain myself for a little while, or challenge my brother, or challenge my wife to a few things on it. And I'm trying not to spoil what it is, but some of you out there are pretty clever. You can probably already figure out what it is. But anyway, when I have all the parts and I'm ready to start it, I'm gonna do a video series on it, because some of you out there are probably like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But I'm telling you, once I reveal what it is, and I'm gonna reveal what it is soon, because I'm gonna start showing you some of the parts for it. And some of you probably already built one. Who knows? But once I get it ready, it's going to be exciting. I'm going to do a whole video series on it, get it up here, and maybe it'll motivate some of you all to build one for yourself. Maybe you'll build a smaller one, a bigger one. Maybe yours is going to be better. But anyway, you're more than welcome to share the video if you want. You can comment on it. I mean, in fact, I always encourage it. I mean, people got questions. I got questions. I don't know a whole lot of everything about anything, really. So I just learn every day. I try to do something different every day. I try to learn more and more every day. I like to read. I like to, research and watch YouTube stuff and how to and all this. And that's where I found this particular project, and I just fell in love with it because, hey, it's right up my alley of things I enjoy. And it's kind of nostalgic. It's super entertaining. But anyway, I'm not going to talk much more about it because I don't want to spoil it, because I want to save it for the next video. But anyway, I hope when I'm creating these videos, I'm motivating or inspiring somebody else who wants to get into the bulk reselling business but doesn't know really where to start, and they would like maybe maybe you're stuck, you just don't know where to start, you don't know how to sell, you don't know where to sell, and all that sort of stuff. So that's what my channel is really kind of geared towards. That's who my audience is. My audience isn't for the, a million people out there who like it and share it and all that. It's for the one person who's tired of barely scraping by in life. And what I mean by that is somebody who has an idea for their future, and it involves Magic the Gathering because they love it. It's a passion for them. The game is fun. Selling cards is fun. Okay, so this channel's for you because we are like-minded, and you can start from a single box. You can start from a single bulk collection purchase that you've made. I'm telling you, you can start from there. It's gonna take a little bit of investment on your behalf financially, and it's gonna take a lot of investment of your spare time, in the sense that if you're sitting around watching TV and you're like, man, I could be doing something better with my time, well, this is it. This is your avenue, so to speak. That's what I did. I don't watch a lot of TV. I do watch a lot of YouTube or some TikTok because I'm learning from it, hopefully. I don't know about them twerking videos, but yeah, I don't think you can learn anything from that. That's a distraction. However, yeah, so if you're brand new to the channel, or you're brand new to the idea of wanting to sell bulk, this is where you want to be. I can show you how to do it. So right now in the background here, I have my store page, my seller portal kind of opened up. And what I want to show you here is just some tabs. I'm not going to open up the order tabs because that's got people's names and I don't want to show that. However, what I can show you, and I want to show you, is your seller levels. So 4 is the max, 1 is the one you would start off with if you're starting out brand new. Your inventory totals right here. Mine's at 217,077 cards. And you can switch between live and staged. You just hit that edit button and you can turn the store off. So if you're going on vacation, going away for a week, stepping away for the weekend, or you just want to take a break, you're like, man, I'm just burnt out. I've just done 2 direct orders in the same week. I'm just smoked. I need a break. So boom, this is where you go. Turn it off for a couple days, come back, rested, hopefully re-energized. Anyway, so you got your home, your inventory, your pricing. So this pricing tab's pretty neat. Whoops, there we go. Let's get back to the proper screen here. So you got pricing tab, which is kind of nice. This is one of my favorite things. I will run this, I don't call it an operation because that's kind of what I'm doing, but at the same time it's not automated. I manually do it myself. So I'm going to run this little operation. So what I'm looking for is magic, because that's what I mostly have. Advanced filters. Oops, sorry, let me get on the correct monitor. Advanced filters. I'm not looking for the full catalog because I don't have every single card that is out there. I'm just looking for my catalog only, which is my inventory. In stock. I don't care about the out of stock because I've sold it, so I don't really need to do market price match for that. But anyway, I'm looking for all printings, all conditions, all rarities in English. I don't sell a foreign language because I don't have very much luck with it, so I just stopped carrying it. I have some, but I don't, there's no focus behind it. So I hit apply filters, and then I'll just scroll down here. It's going to do a little bit of work. It's going to take a little bit of time because, I mean, you're talking 217,000 products in inventory. So what I'm looking for is like your differences here. So for example, you got this kind of nameless goblin from Infinity. TCG market price is 35 cents. So let's say that it had gone up a little bit overnight, and this, it hit 40 cents. And you have one copy of it, but it's selling, your price is 35 cents. Well, you don't really want to miss out on cards that have gone up in value, even if it's just a little bit. So about every 3 days, I'll run through this and I'll do the marketplace pricing tool match. just so I stay up to date with market pricing. And the other thing is A, you don't want to miss out on those few extra dollars every day that you could potentially make. But at the same time, on the reverse side of the same coin, you don't want to be the guy who has cards that are, 5 cents more than your competitor, because chances are people are going to buy that card before they buy your card. Now, if you've got 100 copies of that card, that's a different story. People are just going to probably buy it from you because you have, 100 copies of it, and they need 12 or 16 or 20, or I've sold as many as 120 copies of the same card to people before. So that's why I'm always an advocate of sell everything you have, list everything you have. Don't be afraid if you got 1,000 copies of the same card. It does not matter, because if the card is needed, people are gonna buy it. They're gonna buy a multitude of the card, period. And it's way easier to upload 1,000 copies of the same card than it is 1,000 cards of one copy. It's less work. You're gonna get your numbers up. You're gonna get products online. People are gonna see that it's available, and you're gonna be doing just fine. Yes, it's a pain in the ass to have 1,000 copies of the same card, because it's literally gonna take up almost an entire row in a 5,000 count box or whatever you're storing it in. Sure, you're gonna have to work around it quite a bit until it kind of depletes, but there's nothing wrong with having it up online. So anyway, we're gonna get back to what I'm talking about here. So like, I always try to make sure that it matches. So what I'll do is I will hit that marketplace pricing tool, and then I do all of this. So I have 36,490 unique products. That's not counting the duplicates of those products. That's just unique products. And I don't have any with photos at this time, because I don't have too many super high-end cards where it would be nice to have photos to help sell those, because that's not my focus at the moment. So let's go ahead and hit update prices. This just takes a little bit for this tool to kind of apply all those settings. But you want to do this. I'm going to say it again over and over and over. Anytime I'm doing this in a video, I'm going to say it over and over and over. You're going to get sick of hearing it. You want to be doing this at least minimum once a week, if not twice or 3 times a week. But my goal is I do it 3 times a week minimum, and if I want to, I'll even do it once every day sometimes if I'm thinking about it. As soon as I think about it, I just do it, because you want to stay relevant. That's the key word. You want to stay relevant. You want to match. So you get this done, and then you're going to want to hit save. Otherwise, all that work was done for nothing. So here in a minute, it'll be done. Boom, save. And then we can get out of this tab. And this is just the day grind. This is just a piece of what you got to do. So, and I don't see a lot of folks talking about this out there on different content channels. So that's why I wanted to make a mention of it. The other thing is, you want to stay on top of your feedback. Don't be afraid of reading it. Like when you get a 4, which that's the first 4 I've had in a while. It kind of sucks that I got a 4, but maybe I deserved it. The cards had left the plastic sleeve and they were loose in the envelope. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. If I received that, I'd be like, oh man, come on, y'all can't pack that a little better. So normally it's like this right here. Cards arrived within 2 business days. It was shipped quickly and safely. That's the kind of stuff I'm going for. My wife and I, we both take our feedback extremely seriously. It is the lifeblood of the store. The conditions of the cards, the quantity of the cards, and then the feedback and the pricing of the cards, it all goes hand in hand. You have to pay attention. You have to be concerned. And you've got to want to be able to treat those cards going out better than your own personal collection, because that is going to become somebody else's personal collection. So take care of that, respect that, and your business is going to take care of itself. People are going to come back time and time again. And I don't mind sharing the usernames over here. Hopefully I'm not like, you know, exposing people by doing that. I mean, I don't really see too many names here. It kind of looks cryptic a little bit, so I apologize if I'm putting somebody out there that they don't want to be there, but I'm just trying to show some of this feedback here. So like this one here, I love all the 5 stars, quick delivery, no comment left. That's great. That means that they had no complaints. So to me, no complaints is a win. They got what they wanted, they got what they needed, they're going to come back. Hopefully they had a positive experience, and hopefully they continue to have a positive experience. That's the whole point. I love customers. I'm here to take care of you. I'm here to get you what you need. I want to be able to provide all the cheap cards that you're after, that you don't have to pay, you know, a quarter for, or 15 cents for, or 10 cents for at a physical store. I'm not shitting on that price if you are a store owner and that's what you do. I mean, that's what you got to do when you have a physical store and you have rent, and you have overhead, and your employees and taxes and all that stuff, and utilities that you have to pay for. I have very limited overhead, so that's why I can get away with selling everything at market value. So I had a store. I know that grind. I mean, that was hard. That's why I choose to do what I'm doing now instead of that. But I still have a lot of respect for the people who do that. So I'm not shitting on that at all. So if it sounded a little pissy or negative, apologize. Didn't mean to. Right here. Packaging was amazing, even for cards less than $3. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of people will consider bulk $3 or less, and it's just garbage. It's not worth anything to anybody. But I'm telling you, it is. It's worth something to somebody. It is gonna become their deck. They're gonna play with it. They're gonna compete. They're gonna collect it. They're gonna appreciate it. They're gonna care for it. Even if it's just a card, it doesn't matter. They would love it. They want to play with it. And the fact they bought it from me, it's great. Arrived sooner than expected. We'll be shopping here again. Thank you, Haley. We appreciate that comment. You are the exact customer we're looking for. Quick delivery. Yes. Simple stuff like that too. Bam. 5-star, love it. Even the ones with no comment left. 5-star, love it. Great. I mean, it's a whole page. I mean, it just probably goes on forever. I don't even know. I haven't looked at this really in a long time. My order arrived within 2 business days. It was shipped quickly and safely. That's what we go for. So I ship in plain white envelopes, and I put them in card saver ones, and I think we put 8 to 10 copies of cards, not copies, 8 to 10 singles in a penny wrapper, put it in a card saver one, and then we tape it so it can't slide around. So for example, this had left the plastic sleeve and we're loosening the envelope. I mean, the tape probably broke during shipment. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I mean, it's something I'd be concerned about. It happens every now and then, but it doesn't happen often. So I'm probably going to reach out to this customer and letting them know, hey, thank you for, you know, reaching out to us and giving us a heads up. I'm super appreciative that nothing was damaged, and we appreciate your feedback. We appreciate your business, sort of thing. And just let them know. And maybe we shipped it or packed it differently a little bit. Maybe we changed something on that particular one. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that other than that I'm going to try better. I mean, definitely do that. So we're going to go to another page. Let's see if we have anything else. The order came quickly, and the supplier provided great assistance when I had a small issue. So that there is my wife's customer service. That's her going above and beyond. So that's awesome. I love seeing that. And again, all these no comments left. We don't need a comment. If you liked it and you gave us a 5-star, great. I mean, if you have, additional things to say, that's awesome too. We appreciate everything. We appreciate every feedback we get. And I do like to take my time and go through it from time to time. I just don't look at it every day, and I should. I know my wife does. She takes it to heart. I mean, this girl, she wakes up every day and she's like, "Oh my God, these people left us a great comment." And I'm like, "Awesome, good job, babe." So here we go. Thanks. Cards were well packed and in perfect condition. Excellent. Absolutely wonderful seller. Amazing service. Thanks. Love it. Thank you. I don't even know how to pronounce that username. So, but thank you. So we're going to go through one last page here just to see if I can find anything else. Great communication, friendly people. Products arrived promptly and in good condition. One of the cards was labeled in the wrong print, but the seller communicated this well, and now I have a full art elven chorus. Excellent. That's the other thing I want to touch base on too, is the inventory. So when we go over here, we're going to look at my inventory only. Let's do a search. Oops, sorry. We're going to break it down even more to magic only and do a search. So for example, if somebody was to order this angelic wall from 10th edition and we have 5 copies of it, and they buy all 5 copies, but for some reason I go to the box and there's only 3 copies of it, I get really annoyed when I don't have the inventory that a customer has ordered, because for some reason, human error or something, maybe cards got stuck to another card or something, but it's missing, and it drives me nuts when I go to pull a card and I don't have enough copies. And now I'm like, how the hell am I going to get this out today and I don't have enough copies? So that is part of the problem with selling online. And it doesn't matter if you sell a lot, it doesn't matter if you sell very little. You're gonna run into a situation where you've sold something and you don't have it. Sorry, I'm up a little early today. So how I fix it now that I have the inventory that I have is I have backstock over there on the card rack. And somewhere in there, I have a 10th edition angelic wall. How the hell am I going to find it? There's 390,000 cards sitting over there. How the hell am I going to find that card today and get it out and act like I wasn't even missing the card to begin with? So, that's the problem that I have sometimes with having 217,000 cards online, and for some reason I must have fat fingered and said I had 5 when I meant to push 3, but for some reason I have 5. So what I do with the robot and myself when I'm out here is I try to organize all the unorganized boxes by sets. This is why I need that box from Amazon with my 8 super shoe boxes, is so that I can continue organizing by set, so that when I sell a card and I don't physically have it for some weird reason, that I can at least go to the backstock, go through it and be, oh, here it is. Great. I don't even have to put it in inventory. Now I can just put it in the envelope and it's gone. So it saves me work. I've already sold it. Wasn't inventory, but it is now. Boom. It happened to me yesterday. I had to go find, I think it was 13 Ancient Grudge from Time Spiral Remastered, and I had 3, but I had 13 in the system, so I have an idea of what I did there. That was probably human error, and that's quick list, so instead of deleting the 1 copy and backspacing and deleting the 1, I probably just put in 3, and therefore the 3 went in after the 1, so now it made it 13, and I hit save. So it gave me 13 instead of 3. So that one there I'm going to take ownership of because I probably screwed that up. However, I have a backstock of Time Spiral Remastered. Thank you to Steven who sold me this wonderful collection. However, I only had 2 copies, so that put me at 5 out of the 13. So what I do to fix that is I will go and find all printings of Ancient Grudge, and then I look for the artwork that the customer bought, and if it's got varying artwork, I will try to find all copies of the same artwork, even if it's in a different printing or a different set, and I'll add all that up. And what I do is I will send them a message saying, hey, I don't have 13 copies of Time Spiral Remastered, Ancient Grudge. What I have is Modern Masters 2017. I got 2 of those, and I got this. But however, I still have 13 copies of Ancient Grudge accumulated across several sets, and some of them might be different art. Is that okay? And they're like, oh yeah, that's perfect. As long as it's Ancient Grudge, it's great. I don't care what the artwork is. I just want 13 copies of it. So what I will do in that case is I will pull all 13 from inventory, remove them from the other sets. I will put it in the envelope, but if there's a difference between the 2 set printings in price, even if it's 2 cents each, I will discount all the cards by 2 cents or whatever the difference is, partially refund that money back to the customer. And if there's a condition issue, like let's say they bought lightly played on all 13 copies, but I've got 12 that are lightly played and 1 damaged, or 1 heavily played, or 1 moderately played, I will let the customer know, hey, I have this, it's a different condition, however I'm offering you a steep discount. Or sometimes I'll just tell them, hey, I'm gonna send that card to you for free because I messed up. I should have had 13 copies, I didn't. I had 12, but I had this damaged one. So I will try to make up the difference. It should be my problem to fix because I had the wrong inventory. But if I can't fix it that way, the other thing I do is I'll send them a message and be like, hey, I have 5 copies of it at the moment. However, I will order those cards on your behalf, and as soon as I get them, I'll ship them to you for free because that was my mistake. So it's my least favorite way to fix the problem, but that's me going above and beyond because I want your feedback, I want your return business. So I'm willing to do that, and I will do that, and I've done it way more often than I'd like to admit, but that's me owning my mistake and fixing it. That's the type of seller I am. So that's why we're getting 5s, and we're getting great shipping, and hey, the customer or the shipper fixed the issue before we even noticed or whatever. That's us being proactive and trying to say, hey, we own this mistake, we're gonna fix it, we're gonna make it right, and it's no cost to you. You're gonna get exactly everything you want, or maybe a different version of what you want, but it's pretty close to what you want. And people like that. I know there's a lot of places out there who will just cancel the order, or they'll refund them that and they'll ship them half the card. That's what we used to do, and because that's what I think that the industry standard was. If you couldn't supply it, you just refunded it and you shipped what you could. I don't do that anymore. We'll issue a refund if you're unhappy about a condition of a card or something like that, or if you request it or something like that. That's a different story. Or if your item goes missing and it never received it, obviously you get a full refund back. I mean, we oftentimes will just ask that you wait until the expected delivery period has expired, because sometimes the post office, for some reason, letter gets stuck somewhere in transit, and then finally they receive it like a week after the delivery period has expired. And we've had it where customers will tell us, hey, you gave us a full refund for it, and it came in like a week or two later, so how can we pay for this order again? And then sometimes what I'll do is, it's probably outside the guidelines of TCG Player, but you know, they received it, they want to get paid. They're like, hey, you know, I want to make this right. I mean, you guys deserve your money for the cards. We did get it, and it wasn't your fault that it came in late. So they're like, we want to pay for our cards. And I'm like, okay, well, you can PayPal it. So I'll do it that way. I don't like to do it that way. I've only had to do that twice out of, well, let's find out. Let's go back to feedback, and I'll tell you how many sales. Oops, my details. Oops, there's my name. So let's back out of that. So anyway, I've had over 30,000 sales. So that's happened twice in 30,000 sales. So it doesn't happen often. So maybe it's not against the guidelines because it's very circumstantial. I mean, extremely. It's like I said, it's only happened one every 15,000 transactions. So it's probably just a blip on the radar, so to speak. But it is kind of nice that they do reach out to us and say, hey, we want to make it right too. So I love those customers. I love all our customers. They're all great. I mean, I've had maybe a few bad customers in the sense of they're just super picky, nitpicky, just, oh, this card has a slight ding on it, this should be damaged. I mean, I've had that before too. And so I've learned from everybody. I've learned from every transaction. I've learned from every review, and nowadays I just try to just set the expectations so high and go above and beyond because I want to take care of people. Oh, look at that, another order just came in. So my wife's gonna be taking care of that here once she gets up here in a little bit. But anyway, this video is probably just kind of more rambling at this point. But this is also me just kind of practicing with OBS Studio. I want to show you more of the behind the scenes, how I operate, or my mindset is. My mindset is all about the customer, taking care of the order from start to finish. And even before you even start the order from us, I want to make sure the cards are conditioned right. I want to make sure they're stored right. I want to make sure they're alphabetized and they're organized. I want to make it so that my wife's life is easy. She can just come out, print out an order, pull the cards, back it, boom. It's out the same day you order it, sometimes within hours. And there's been times where my wife will get it out a minute after it's ordered. Like if it's a simple card, single card, couple cards, 5 cards, she'll just go pull it, boom, boom, it's out. And I mean, it's like in the mailbox, not just packed waiting till the next time I go to town to do whatever. No, it's in the mailbox. And when we say it's shipped, I mean, it's like stacked up, and as soon as she's done with the orders, it's in the mailbox. And then she'll come home, there'll be another order, boom, she'll do the same thing. In the mailbox. Literally. It's not waiting for a week. It's not waiting for 2 days, 3 days. But that's why you see, hey, it arrived earlier than expected type of feedback. Anyway, so that's probably going to wrap up this video. I just kind of rambled, I think, a little bit. But hopefully some of this helps. Hopefully some of this helps somebody who's new, somebody who's interested, somebody who wants to get into this kind of business. It's not for the faint at heart. It is not always easy. It's not always fun. But it is if you love it, like I do. I love it. I mean, I live and breathe this card business. I like selling it. Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic. I got some Lorcana as well. Don't really invest a lot in it yet, mainly because I'm trying to get the card mill going. Once the card mill's going, then I'll sell all those games. I don't give a shit what it is. Yeah. The shop life is fun. I love it. And I can't wait to have a warehouse or storage unit that's massive with racks and rows of cards all alphabetized, where I have this kind of setup in there. Maybe it has, especially I want a warehouse. I don't really want a storage unit. I want something with some utilities. I can turn up the music, take my dogs there. I got like a refrigerator packed with ice cream or something and drinks, and just have a good time. And maybe a couple of those things I've been talking about earlier in the video about the little project I'm going to build. But yeah, it'd be fun. And maybe eventually an employee or two who can kind of help out. And my goal is in 8 years, I will be retired from working for anybody, and I'll be working for myself on my card business for the rest of my life. That's my goal. That is my main mission. Self-employment, work for nobody, wake up whenever I want, go to the warehouse whenever I want, open it up, stay as late as I want, don't go at all one day if I don't want to, because I don't have to, as long as I can just pull orders from the house and pack the orders and get them out. That's all I want to do. And if I want to go on vacation for a week, all I have to do is toggle the store off right here. Boom. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Don't have to sit there and wait to get paid, because this payment tabs right here shows you how much money you got coming in and stuff like that. So like right now, it's a little low over here. Normally I like to keep this right about 700, 800 bucks, but sales have been a little slow, as you can see, and that's because we're getting a new set dropping tomorrow. I believe that's the Assassin's Creed set, Beyond Universes Assassin's Creed, and that's okay, because once that set drops, I mean, Friday night the sales bounce right back, as you can see. I mean, that's normally what the deposits are. We're talking like, I think we just got paid this just in the past week or so. Let's see, yeah, so since the 28th it was like bam, 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 bam. I mean, that was pretty nice. So these types of payments help go get collections. They help with all the postage, all the materials you need for shipping. It helped get the computer up and running, because I turned around and flipped probably a couple $100 right back into this machine. So now it's running. Some of this money paid off the robot, so that's completely funded now. And then this here is kind of nice. This will come in the next couple weeks, or maybe even the next 10 days. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the estimated transfer arrivals, because sometimes it's over budgeted, meaning it actually comes in sooner. So again, I don't really pay attention to this too much. I just look every now and then. It's like $600, $700 still payments coming in, so that's kind of nice. But the only reason I'm looking at it at the moment is because I'm kind of determining if I can, in fact, put away $100 a week for the next 30 days to build that project. And I got to be careful, because I still have to pay the postage, I still have to pay taxes, I still have to pay myself a little bit for working, and my wife, because we tend to take a little bit out for ourselves, which we should. I mean, we're putting a lot of time into this, but at the same time I have to go get ink sometimes. Trying to think of some of our other overhead costs. Oh, tables. There you go. That's a big cost for us. So we have to buy tables. We have to buy the boxes. Card hotels, 5,000 count. The super shoe boxes. The card tabs for creating the letters to break up the sets but alphabetically. Just all that little stuff. So it does kind of chew down on some of this profit a little bit. But I mean, when you're bringing in, 500 extra every week, or let's add those two up. So roughly almost 400 every week, and then here's already been like 450 this week. It adds up. I mean, it might not seem like it's a lot of money, but into some stores it's probably not. But for somebody who's working out of their garage, that's a pretty decent chunk of change. 450 bucks extra every week, and all you did was pack orders and sit down at the table and organize cards or diagnose a robot and get it working, and now the robot's doing the work, so now you don't have to pay for the robot anymore. All it is just electricity at this point, and that's probably minimal. It's only a 12-volt system. So yeah, there you go. So it just kind of gives you some behind the scenes look. I mean, I'm being very what's the word, transparent with this process. So, and it's going to take you a while. If you're just starting out, you're not going to make that kind of, you're not going to make, 450 a week unless you have that kind of value in cards. I mean, sure, but you got to remember, this is bulk, bringing in this much this week, or this much every week, or this much every week, or this much the 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever that was. That's a lot of cards to get to this kind of valuation right here. That's a lot of cards. That's thousands of cards. And I would click on this, except for I don't want it to reveal people's names and stuff like that. So, and the other thing is, we don't sell direct. You can see the tab up there. We don't sell direct. We were in the direct program for a while back when I was doing this whole operation myself, and we were in the 1-bedroom apartment all the way until I think we got to the 4-bedroom townhouse that we were renting, and I was using the whole downstairs basement and the whole loft and all that as my card shop, and then part of the garage as a processing station too for this. So I forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, direct. Yeah, we don't opt into the direct program anymore, mainly because the discrepancy that we kept coming back was starting to get higher and higher and higher, and sometimes I would ship in a card that was like straight out of the pack, and I'd send it in, and then it would end up on my seller's extra inventory, my SEI, and they would send me back a notice saying, hey, the card was dinged in the corner or something like that, and I'd look at it and I'm like, dude, it was straight out of fucking pack, sleeved, added to the store. Y'all bought it, and I packed it, I overnighted it, and now it's damaged. All of a sudden it's damaged, and now you're sending it back to me, and now I gotta pay for it to be sent back to me. So I got kind of annoyed with that whole process. Plus, I mean, the fact that there was so much money and fees taken out. Oops, it is apparently time for me to wake up and get ready for work. So we're gonna end the video here very, very soon. So that's why I don't sell direct anymore. It's like, it's not even worth it. Plus, I think when I was uploading cards, I mean, I was struggling to put 500-600 cards on the store every single day manually with quick list and scanner, and going through and just adding it, and just I felt like I was selling more cards than I could keep up with. So now it's the opposite. Now I just sell on Marketplace, and it's nice. Don't have any issues anymore. It's calm. My wife's able to help. Think I'm doing pretty well with the payments. I'm not in a hurry to kind of jump up more than 400 or 500 a week in sales. I mean, I don't really need that much in sales every week. I know that's kind of seems counterintuitive to doing what I'm doing, but I think once I get the mill up and running, then I would like to start increasing the sales every day. But like right now, I'm just trying to build. I'm trying to get the inventory online first before I start building the sales. I think once I have my 1 million and my 2 million card inventory goal met by using these robots, then I'll be like, okay, you know, what are some things I can do to increase the sales? Ugh. Apologies. I got up a little too early this morning, but I was excited because this is the first day I've had OBS Studio working in a long time. So, anyway, it's been 50 minutes. Hopefully, I did not bore you to death, but for those of you that want to learn and see what behind the scenes looks like and honest, kind of transparent information, hopefully one of you out there found this to be informative. Anyway, thank you all. I gotta go get ready for work. You all have a safe day, safe drive into work if you drive into work, or maybe some of you work remotely. But yeah, y'all have a blessed day, and thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting, and I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.